Okay, so my category is networking.
Love it.
And I'll just tell you because it's very important as an artist or honestly in any creative industry. Like whoever is listening to this, you don't have to be in music. Like, in any creative industry, networking is very important. But one, like make sure you step outside of your comfort zone. Shout out to Raquel V for teaching me that. But like she said, you have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, right? So you have to step outside of that comfort zone. So it's like, that is true. Like if I'm so comfortable all the time, am I growing, right? So step outside of your comfort zone. Like if you're a hip hop artist, go support, a different artist and, just go support each other in that way. Like if you're afraid of going to the show because you don't know anyone, like just do it. Like you will start to, once you start going to more things, you start to know everybody. And so number two was pretty much for me, like go to events that you haven't been to before, like support other people, meet other people that way. Three, if you're interested in collaborating with people, reach out to artists on social media. Good old Nardwar, shouts out to Nardwar.
Shout out
He
Narva.
always says, like, when I would sometimes want to have an interview with these artists, I would DM them on Instagram. And that's how I'd get my interview. And he's like, a lot of people thought it was weird, but he's like, that's how I get some of my best interviews. And it's like, yeah, like reach out to some of these local acts if you want to work with them. And you don't have to do it in person. I've had some of my best songwriting sessions this year through Zoom. So I'm like, you just have to be able to like want to do the work. And if you're good at what you do, you're going to be able to do the work, like, so if you feel like working with some of these artists, reach out to them on social and then figure out your like local, like music communities. Like there's so many different ones and a lot of them have newsletters, right? Like we were talking about Music BC before, like you should have that newsletter in your email every week because we were telling you about grants and funding that you can apply for. We're telling you about shows and stuff like that. We're telling you about artists. We're telling you about so many different programs. But it's not just us. There's so many like local communities here and like not just Vancouver. Because again, like I do hope this reaches everywhere. But it's like figure out what it is in your city and follow them on social media. Follow their newsletter. Reach out to them and have a meeting with them if you need to. And figure out how they can like help you. Like figure out what resources they have for you. Because there's so many resources in every country and a lot of cities and stuff like that. And people are just like not aware at all. So that is some networking stuff because like I always tell people like, I talk to them once in an email. The next thing you know, I meet them in a show. Next thing you know they're an artist. And the next thing you know, I'm booking them to get a paid gig. Like, it's just, there's just ways that things happen.
So cool. So if they're not, if somebody's listening and they're not from Vancouver or not from British Columbia, what would they look for? This would be like a singer, songwriter, musicians,
Yeah.
support network in their city,
Yeah.
association.
I would say so for like anybody within Canada, there is a provincial music team in each province. So there's an Alberta Music, Sask Music, Manitoba Music, Ontario Music, all the way till the end. If you're outside of Canada, put it on your Instagram, like throw it up on your story and be like, anyone know of any like music companies I can like reach out to or just start to like follow and stuff like that. Like start putting stuff on your social media. People have answers. Do your own research and Google it too, like local music events or like I always write that because I'm always looking for like newsletter articles and I'm always writing like Vancouver music events or Vancouver music. And then I'm just seeing what pops up because there's also blogs that write stuff. So you'll find blogs online. You'll find event pages online. So you just got to start like Googling, which is our best friend, your city's music scene.
That's so great. I love that. I've just got a question that I don't have written down, but it just sort of occurred to me. If somebody wanted to be an artist manager, if that was something that interested them, what do you think? What would they do? Like, how would they get started? I know you're not a manager, but what would you be like?
I would say find the artist that you would dream to work with in the city. Like, so say it's like, somebody in Victoria, BC. Like they were like, I really want to be a manager. Well, is there an act in Victoria that you think you can hop on? And do you have the time to do it for free as like an intern almost at that point and
100%.
start to figure out what you can offer them? Because there's a lot of people that are like, I'm so good at social media. I'm good at marketing. And it's like, but I want to be in the music scene. I'm like, have you ever tried to collaborate with an artist and see what you can do for them? Like free pro bono, like, like what can you do for that person? Do it and then show them that you can do it And the next thing you know, they can vouch for you when you want to do it for the next person.
Yep.
You know, like you or Christina can always vouch for me if I need it, right? Like you just have to prove yourself to people at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. And
It's like
start off for free.
photographers. It's like do free photo shoots for 5 artists. Next thing you know, they're telling their friend they're doing
Yeah.
it for really cheap for $100, and that band's like $100. Holy shit, we'll pay for that.
Right.
Easy work.
Love
Just me, easy work. I'm totally kidding. It's not easy until you're ready for it.
it.